Hello everyone, this is Priyanka from CS Priyanka's Profession Classes. Welcome to my channel. This video is a continuation portion of the chapter Business Function Part 1 which I have uploaded in my channel from the subject Business Environment and Law of CS Foundation. Hope you guys will enjoy my video. So if you feel, then you can like, subscribe and share my video. So let's get started. Supply chain. What do you mean by actually supply chain? Supply chain is actually the sequence of processes which is involved in the production or distribution of a commodity. So whenever we are doing any business to achieve certain objectives or to achieve the goal, we have to go through lot of processes and we have to perform or we have to follow those processes in a you can say in a sequential way. That is, first you have to plan, second next you have to do the strategy, then you have to collect or arrange the manpower, then you can do so. There are several processes are there. So this sequence of processes whichever you are using in the case of production and distribution of commodity, that is actually the supply chain. Secondly, supply chain acts as a network or mediator between the company and its supplier, okay, to produce or to distribute a specific products to the final buyer. So that is also we called it like a supply chain. And though the supply chain acts as a network, so first we have to understand what this network means. This network includes different type of activities, you can say, okay, the people, entities, any type of information transmitting, any type of resources which you need it to achieve the goal. All these things are the part of network. And supply chain is the network, you can say, of all individuals, organization, resource activities, technology, whatever is there, and whatever process and whatever steps you are taking for selling of product or delivery of source material from the supplier to the manufacturer, anything. So whatever you are doing, the supply chain is acts as a network. And this is also act as a mediator between the company and the supplier and customer, so that you can produce and you can distribute the specific type of products very easily to the final buyer. There are three flows under supply chain management. What are those flows? First is product flow, secondly information flow, thirdly finance flow. This three flow is very much required for under supply chain management. Now, product flow, the word flow means movement. Product means goods. So when there is a movement of goods, we called it product flow. So product flow means the movement of goods between from one person to another. It may be from supplier to a customer, or else customer if returns anything, then it is a movement of goods from customer to the supplier, okay, and vice versa. This type of flow is known as product flow. Secondly, information flow. When there is a movement of information, we don't say actually movement, we call it a transmitting of information. That means one person is informing something to other person. So that is actually the flow of information. So this is like, you can say, this information flow means involves transmitting orders. Someone is giving you order or someone is updating you about the status of the delivery. These are also coming under the transmitting of information. This type of transmission of information is known as information flow. Thirdly, finance flow. For doing everything, okay, for conducting everything or to perform something to achieve the final goal, you need money. That means there should be a proper flow of money uh, in this things. Like to achieve certain goal, you need finance, and there is a proper flow of finance. And this flow of finance in terms means movement of money from one person to another It may be in the form of credit, or it may be the payment, you are just scheduling the payments, or consignment, it's a title ownership. It may be the agreement, you entered into an agreement or contract, maybe you will pay later. So there is something about relating to the payment or consideration or value. Okay, so such movement of money, we called it finance flow. What are the objectives of supply chain? Supply chain is having a greater efficiency and lower cost. Okay, so if you follow the process sequentially, and it's a sequence of processes, and if you follow it properly, obviously it is going to reduce your cost. Okay, and it is also effective in nature. Secondly, supply chain will help you to enhance the flexibility and agility. It is flexible in nature, not rigid. It also improves the customer service because it acts as a network between the company and the supplier customer. So its main aim is to reach to the customer, or to delivery of proper commodity or goods to the final buyer. And it also optimizes the value chain. So if you follow this thing, so it will help to act as a network or mediator. So obviously it will optimize this value chain things. That, like, value chain means you have, it's a chain which usually performed by the salesman, or in the who the people are there in the marketing. They try to always convince the customer. Okay, so on the basis of that, they commission or their productivity increased at a certain level. So if you follow the supply chain, it will act itself as a network, so it will optimize the value chain. So these are the objectives of supply chain. Next is, what are the importance of supply chain? Supply chain will help you to achieve success, or to help you to achieve the objectives goal in future. It is an effective flow of goods and information, because there are three flows mentioned under the supply chain management: product, information, and finance. So it helps in effective flow of goods and information between two persons. It may be the supplier and the customer, or the company and the supplier, vice versa. Supply chain also helps to reduce the level of inventory with the manufacturer. So though it acts as a network and it's a proper management, there is a proper flow, it always reduces that level of inventory, raw materials, with the manufacturer. So obviously you whenever you are opting for supply chain, that means you are having a proper strategy, you are going through a sequentially, you are going through the process sequentially, so it will reduce that level of raw materials, which means compared to the other situation with the manufacturer. Types of production method. There are three types of production method. First is job production, second is batch production, third is flow production. Let us talk about job production. Job production are individual in nature. That means they are one job, we can say. It's a specific term. That means until and unless you finish one job, you cannot start the next job. So these items actually made individually, and each item actually is finished before the next one is started. That is known as job production. Batch. Batch means a group of items, okay, are coming under one. So that is batch. So group of items are coming under one batch, and here a group of items are made together under one batch. So until and unless a group of items are made under one batch, you cannot start the next batch, or to use cannot start to make the next some more items under the next batch. So this type of production is known as batch production. Thirdly, flow production. Flow production means it always deals with a specific product or specific thing, identical. That means a selected standardized item are produced on an assembly line. Then only we called it flow production, because it is a standardized one. It's having a flow. Okay, it's a specific in nature, what you are means it's not a random one. So whatever you want to produce or product, you are doing the production, you know it, that is a specific. Okay, and it is a standardized item. It actually produced in a flow on an assembly line. That's why we called it as a flow production. Next is, when this flow method is required, what are the requirements of this flow method and when we require this flow method. Flow method means always see, flow method is required wherever there is a some standardized items production is going on. Standardized, specific. During that, whenever we choose flow method, whenever there is a constant demand of some item, then only we need to produce or we need to do the production of such item, standardized item, okay, on an assembly line. That's why constant demand is one of the highlighted words. When there is a constant demands, we need flow method is required. Secondly, this production of the you can say the production or the production of such product must be standardized. That means the product should be standardized product, then only the flow method will help you or the flow method is required. Next is the material, whatever you are used in production, it must be specific in nature. That means specification should be there and should be delivered on time. Okay, next is, each operation in this production flow must be carefully defined and recorded in detail. Okay, so whatever standardized product you are producing or you are doing the production, this standardized product on an assembly line under the flow method, you have to record the same in detail. And output of each stage of the flow must conform to quality standard, and the quality should be standard quality, okay, under the flow method, because it is a standardized products, demand is more, it's a specific, you are means whatever production you are doing, its quality should be standard quality. Okay, so these are the, in this time actually these are the requirements of flow method. If you use flow method, then you have to keep all these points and you have to take all these points into consideration. Next topic is finance. In simple term, we all know that finance means money, and also we called it, without finance a business or an organization cannot run its business, or it's actually acts as a lifeblood of an organization. So without finance, organization cannot run its business. Finance is required in every moment, in every day, whatever the organization is doing, only for this finance. So finance means nothing but a money. Everyone needs finance. Everyone needs money. Government needs money to pay salaries to its staff or to carry out its development work. Business entities also need money for doing production, to pay wages to the worker or to spend expenses, okay, and to pay the taxes. Hospitals, school, religious bodies also need money to carry their activities. Finance represents long-term and short-term requirement of an organization because it's a lifeblood of an organization. Let us discuss the definition of finance. As per Howard and Upton, finance may be defined as an administration area of set of administrative function in an organization, may have the means of carrying out its objective as satisfactorily as possible. So you are having lot of plans, you have done lot of strategies to achieve the goal. Okay, you are having lot of manpower, you are having project, you are having ideas, you are having decision taking capability, you are having everything, you are the expertise. But without finance, you cannot do or perform a single activity in an organization. That's why we called it finance is a lifeblood of an organization. Not only lifeblood, it, as per this Hurd and Upton, it says like it acts as administration area. It administer. It is actually acts as a, it actually work like a administrative function. Okay, so they are actually defined as an administration area or a set of administrative functions. Without it, simply administer an organization to carry out its objective as satisfactorily as possible, because without finance this is not possible. Next is financial management. Obviously, whenever you are having finance or money, then the question comes how you're going to manage your money. That is known as financial management. That means to handle your money, you need to do proper planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Some activities you have to do it to control and to manage your money. We called it financial management. How to manage the finance. So let's see, financial management means planning, organizing, directing and controlling the financial activities such as procurement and utilization of funds of the enterprise. It means applying general management principles to financial resources of the enterprise. So an enterprise or an organization, uh, they actually needs to plan, organize or to direct or to control the financial activities in such a way so that they can use that finance or they can utilize such finance in a proper way. So the management of finance or utilization of finance in a proper way is very much important in an enterprise or under organization. That is known as financial management. So under financial management, three types of decision needs to be taken, like financial decision first, how you're going to uh, manage the finance. Okay, that decision first you have to take. Next is how you're going to invest that money, that decision. And lastly is dividend decision. Whenever you are investing or you are holding the investing the shares or you are receiving the investment, their dividend is coming. So whether you are paying the dividend or you are receiving the dividend, that decision also you need to take. That is also coming under the financial management decision. Financial planning. I said for how you are going to utilize your money, you have to do a proper plan. That is known as financial planning. Financial planning actually is a process that is where you have to estimate the capital requirement. Planning means how you're going to utilize the money, what's the requirement of the capital, okay, how you're going to determine its competition. You have to plan everything. So that is financial planning. So let's see, financial planning is the process of estimating the capital required and determining its competition. It is a process of framing financial policies in relation to procurement, investment and administration of fund of an enterprise. So how you're going to utilize, manage, to control the fund of an enterprise, that you have to make some plan or decisions. That is known as financial planning. Next is, I have included this difference between marketing and selling. Simply you can read. Let us discuss. First, on the basis of focus, selling, it focuses on producers. Marketing, it focuses on customers. Okay. Supremacy, producer is very important, the person who is producing the product. Marketing means their marketing is totally depends on the customers, convincing, how you're convincing a customer. That is marketing. So in case of marketing, customer is a god. Customer is acts as a supreme. Demand. In selling, it assumes demand for products. Marketing demands generates for products needed by the customer. That means demand and supply. Selling, motive is profit is sole motive, and obviously marketing is customer satisfaction. Underselling process, it involves exchange of goods for valuable consideration. And marketing, it involves identifying and satisfying customers' needs actually. You have to, process means you have to identify the customer's needs. Scope, underselling, it is a concern with flow of goods to customer. And marketing, it concerned with all activities which facilitate flow of goods to the customer. Emphasize, underselling, product disposal or sell is emphasized. That means here the main concern is how you're going to dispose the product. Okay, disposal of product. But marketing is not like that. You have to identify the product. You have to satisfy the customer. Approach, underselling, it improves actually fragmented approach to sell all that is produced. So your intention will be like whatever is produced, you are going to sell. And undersell, marketing, it involves like identify, its main objective is to satisfy the customer's needs. Law, it's a caveat emptor underselling because here sellers is having no motive to convince the customer. It's the responsibility of the buyer to aware of the product when whatever they are buying. And let the buyer beware applies here. And caveat vendor, we called it under marketing. Let the seller beware. Here the main focus is like seller. Seller, in somehow they are going to convince the buyer. Perspective, underselling, selling actually short-term perspective with profit maximization because their main motive is like to sell all the product whatever has been produced, and there's a short-term perspective. And marketing is a long-term perspective with customers creation. They are going to maintain the good relation with the customer satisfaction, customer demands, growth, stability, everything. It's a long run. If you're talking about marketing mix, there are 7 P's under my marketing mix. What are those 7 P's? First is price, promotion, physical environment, people, product, process, place. All these are required to do a marketing of a product. So you have to deal with these 7 P's in a marketing mix. What is the function of marketing? See, if you do the marketing, there are a lot of functions. First of all, you have to plan, market planning. Next is how you're going to exchange function, how to design the product and development, how you're going to distribute the product, standardization and grading, you have to grade your product, financing, how you're going to fix the price, you have to going to invest. Obviously, in marketing, you have to take the risk. Packaging, labeling, branding, all these are coming under the marketing. Customer support, obviously you have to give if any in case of any damage so that customer can reach you very easily through the customer care. And obviously market information also you have to take because you cannot sell the product at a higher rate of the market price. So you should have the information about the market properly. Next comes to HR. What do you mean by human resource? Human resource is a single person or employee within your organization. Human resource. So they are the employees of your organization or any individual employee or in single person of your organization. Or they also represent the people whom you have recruited or whom you employ. Human resource is also the function in an organization. They actually deals with the people and also they try to solve the disputes of the people or the issues related to the people. That is known as human resource. What is the nature of human resource? So nature of human resource management. First of all, it's a pervasive function. What do you mean by the word pervasive? You can write. Like whenever you are spreading something widely throughout an area or a group of people, that is known as pervasive function. And human resource includes pervasive function. They perform all this pervasive function. That means they always spread the things widely among the people, among employees throughout an area, or they actually spread the information in between a group of people. They are very much result oriented. Tactful approach. They follow a proper, they always maintain that discipline, and they're having that tactful approach. They always concentrate on the people, employees, and the humans, okay, or some individual whom you have employed, who are working in your organization. So they are very much people centric. Interrogative action. They always interact with the human, people's, employees of your organization. It is a continuous process. So these are the nature of human resource. Let us discuss some of the objectives of human resource. Human resource management also always helps the organization to achieve the goal. How? Because uh, for achieving a goal, you need employees, you need workers, and these HR provides you that competent and motivated employees. Without that, you cannot achieve a goal effectively. So always HR, human resource, main aim is to help the organization to achieve its goal effectively and efficiently by providing competent, eligible, and motivated employees. And same time, it is going to utilize the available human resource effectively. And it increase, HR always increase to the fullest the employees job satisfaction. It always try to give the job satisfaction to the employees and self actualization by giving award, or by giving the, by increasing the salary, or by giving increment. Somehow they always try to give the job satisfaction to the employee, so that we get the better means productivity, we get the better performance from them. They also help to maintain and develop a very quality of work life with them, which makes employment in the organization, and also it helps to grow a proper social situation and desirable personnel. It also maintains a good relation with the employees and to maintain a good and business environment. It also helps and maintain ethical policies, like means behavior. It also maintain that ethical policies, behavior inside and outside the organization with the employees, so that in case of emergency they get the proper help, okay, and proper you can say proper effective things from the employees whoever are working in the organization. For that reason, HR always maintain a good relation with these people. And they also establish and maintain cordial relationship between employees and the management. So these are the objectives of human resource. Next is legal service. Legal service means the in every organization or enterprise there should have a legal department which runs by the trained lawyers, and they focuses mainly on the legal issues. They handles all the legal issues, legal matters of the such organization and enterprise, and especially they ensure that no problem is going to come in future. This, especially in this legal departments, trained lawyer is going to focus all this task, and they are going to solve the legal matters of such departments or such enterprise organization, whatever may come during the course of business. Next is secretarial function. So what type of secretarial functions are performed under this business function? Like obviously, you know, normally the CS or the professionals who works in an organization enterprise, their main function is to conduct the board meeting as per Companies Act, to issue notice, draft agenda, minutes, preparing reports, corporate governance for listed companies, joint venture companies, and other group of companies as per different act. They only, and secretarial function also involves like conducting AGM, general meeting of the shareholders. They also representing the organization, and they also do the registration of the company. Also they helps in change of names, shifting registered office, compounding offenses. Okay, Licensing and managing procedural formalities pertaining to restructuring, or if they want to change the name, shift the registered office of such company. Secretary means the company secretary under this business function, they perform all these secretarial functions. So these are the services which is involved in an organization. So in an organization and enterprise, various services are involved, and these five are coming under those services. That is legal service, secretarial service, accounting, administration, and obviously IT, that is information and communication technology. Finally, the last topic is social function. Social function means company, business organization should perform certain social function. That means it's a part of CSR, that is corporate social responsibilities. One of the example is CSR. That means you can do charity, sponsorship, philanthropy. That means whatever profit you are having, some profit you can spend for the society or for social purposes. Okay, you can do charity. So for that, lot of benefits you are going to get, like tax benefit, etc. So these social functions also can be done by the business organization or by the enterprises. So this chapter is done. Okay, for any query you can write in my comment section. Obviously I will reply accordingly. Hope you hope you will enjoy my video. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So bye, see you soon.